everyone, and welcome back to Millie's Minecraft. How are you all doing? It's Monday morning once again, and I've worn myself out. We have done a lot of building last week. We started and got this far with our castle keep, and I need to break. Mostly because I need to make red nether bricks. And it is very time consuming. A, I have to smelt up all the nether brick. And B, have to harvest all of this nether wart. And I think a couple of those weren't completely grown up. Yeah, they're not completely grown up. But the point is that it takes 4 of these. Well, 2 of these per every 2 bricks to create red nether bricks. So it's time consuming, and I've got my smelting. Oh, I gotta add more smelting. I've got lots of bricks going here. Let me get some more in, and I've made this many bricks so far. But if we enter all of that into our smelting device, I have lots of lava buckets. I've converted this section here to go into to power it and blaze rods, and we'll be showing you that in a minute. And it's been smelting up. And I also had the idea of glass, to do stained glass down there. So everything's taking time to be able to make in order to get it all ready. So I've been doing a little bit down there, depending on where I'm at, collecting materials. I've also been doing a little down here. But in between working on this castle and getting all of those supplies ready, and again, I could probably make a whole bunch of smelters and have multiples going, and I'm just not in one place at any one time, so it's going to take some time. But what I did do is go into the nether and continue work on my nether hub a little bit. I've also changed out my sheep. So I've got lots of colors going. We're almost to all the colors now. It's getting there. And then, where did you come from? We have these rogue sheep and chickens that keep spawning in places. Alright, so if we go into the nether, I moved my nether portal up into this hub a while ago, and I believe I've shown it on video before. Some of them go to different biomes. I also have more nether bricks smelting up here. It just depends on where I'm at any given time. I've got nether bricks smelting. This way goes to the woodland mansions that I found. But then I decided to hook it up with our fortress that is down below. So let's go down here. I just took the coordinates from down below where I wanted to go, dug down, almost died when I fell in this section that you'll see glassed in here in a moment. And got it right to the fortress, and we actually have a very good view of the fortress itself. So there is our nether fortress. Previously... Oh. Where... Ah. Well, you were not supposed to spawn there, my bro. No. What in the world? So apparently I have to, I'll have to spawn-proof this area. No, how we... Okay. This will probably all become glass at some point then, because our blaze friends decided to spawn and come and meet me halfway. So this is, under here, is a blaze spawner, and again, I could probably put some glass in so you can see them down there. I was playing on Discord with some friends, and we were just chatting along, and I wanted something kind of brainless to do. I say brainless, but again, this is a blaze farm. And dug this out. So this particular blaze farm, and I am gonna have to turn down those mob sounds. Hold tight here. Music, mobs, hostile creatures. Let's get them down here. There we go, that's a little better. So this is built on the same basic principle as a spider farm or a zombie farm or whatever, where it's a 9x9 square, and instead of water, we have lava flowing to a 3x3, so it's a little bit more like a spider farm. I'm slowly working at converting this into nether brick. Again, I've been needing a lot of bricks. And we've got the hoppers feeding into a single chest at the moment because I have not been in here too long. And then I just glassed it in because it doesn't matter what light level you have with blazes, they'll spawn at any light level. And they just kind of come down. Now I could have dropped this down a little further than what I have. Some of the blaze rods do go back up into the lava and burn up. But this is pretty much the same design I've been using on a lot of farms. I don't know who originated it. Honestly, I copy and paste every single farm I do pretty much. It's just spider farms and zombie farms. We just don't need a drop shoot. But it's identical to what I've done before. Thankfully, you always want to find a blaze spawner that is buried in netherrack. Otherwise you're going to have a hard time, because you're going to have blazes spawning everywhere on the fortress, etc. But, I mean, that's pretty darn good there for blaze rods. We'll leave some for later. So what can you do with a blaze farm? What is the purpose of having a blaze farm? Well, one thing, they do have a lot of XP that comes off of them, and then of course you get these lovely blaze rods. So what is the purpose of blaze rods? Well, blaze rods do a couple different things. You can make blaze powder out of them, and blaze powder is an important part of two things. One, ender eyes. So if we have, well, eyes of ender, sorry. If you have an ender pearl with the powder, you can create eyes of ender. Eyes of ender do a few different things. Obviously, we've already gone to the stronghold. This will lead you to the stronghold. This will open the gate to the end, and it will also create your ender chest, depending on if you have enough obsidian to create one. So if we mine our obsidian out, we have our eye of ender, we can make an ender chest. I was wanting to make one anyway for the castle down there. What else can you do? Oops, let's put these all back in here. I'll put some of those spare fellas in there for next time. Okay, what else can you do with blaze rods? So blaze rods can create a brewing stand. With some pieces of cobble, you can do that. Once you get into a brewing stand, the blaze powder powers the brewing stand. So it gives this little heat plate its power and allows you to do the actual brewing. Other things you can do with it are smelt things with them. They're not the greatest, but they do better than coal. Not as good as my lava buckets, but in a pinch, if you need blaze rods to heat your items and get everything smelting, blaze farm's great for that. Last thing you can do is mix it with popped chorus fruit. And if you put popped chorus fruit and a blaze rod in, you get 4 end rods, and 4 end rods are a very sharp, glowy, beautiful item to glow up areas. They make very neat looking recess lighting. So if we come up here real quick, or like fluorescent lighting, it can look like fluorescent lighting. So those 2 rods, there's 4 altogether, and they connect. They always connect 2 to 2, or they always have ends facing one another. They won't connect in the middle. So you have to watch where you're putting them on how it looks, but you can also make pillars with them. I've seen people do like porch pillars. I've seen people use these guys as like tops on roofs, and that is actually one of the things that I wanted to get this for, was to put them around the castle to give lighting on the top so mobs don't spawn, and I can use solid blocks as opposed to all half slabs and trapdoors and all that kind of thing. So that is the rundown of what blaze rods are for and why I did the blaze farm. So besides blaze rods, obviously, once we go to the end for the very first time, that was why I was growing chorus flowers to make chorus fruit out on the front lawn up until just recently when I had to kind of switch it over to our warped wood. But chorus fruit, the chorus fruit themselves have two purposes. One is you can smelt them up, so I have them in queue next to smelt up, and you'll get popped chorus fruit, which I just showed you how to use. You can also have a little fun with them. These are funny. You can basically be an Enderman. Just be very, very careful about where you're using them. On land, up above, in a house, they're probably going to be safe. You could, in essence, warp outside of the house, so be very, very careful when using them. And don't use them in the end. I would recommend not using them in the end because you could fall into the void and be gone forever. But they're fun. They're just kind of fun to use. And they turn into these pop chorus fruits, which we can turn into the end rods. You can also take the pop chorus fruits to create the purpur slabs and blocks. So lots of goodies that we can use. More items that we can use for our build down here. So let's head back down to the castle. This episode is actually going to be kind of short. I have some things that came up that I have to do in real life, and I wanted to get a video recorded before I headed out. So this is going to be short for that purpose. Worked on a custom oak tree down here because I've been trying to get the big ones to spawn up for me, and they have not been growing. So I put one of those together. I started to create my first version of a dome, a glass dome on this tower, and I do not like it. It's too short. I need to raise the blocks up, probably, bring them like the black blocks straight up and then create the dome up here. So that is going to get fixed later. What I didn't show on the video last week was that I started to kind of texture and put more blocks and some trapdoors and things on the roof to give it a little more vibrance. I just realized this looks like a logo of a store. I haven't put the rest of I haven't brought the wool down. Other things that I did off camera is put in this pathway. So we have a nice pathway leading past our portal house and heading up into the main passageway. I don't know what happened to our bees. I had a tree down here and he's gone. I don't know if maybe he joined his friends up there or not. So I'm just leaving that drip for aesthetic purposes. Put in some soil because I got some of that from digging out the blaze farm, and just put a little barrel there. I haven't been doing too much in here since the last video. I did start to add some greenery, so it's starting to look a little better in here. It still has a long way to go. I finished doorways, so at least I don't have mobs walking in on me in here. But it's taking so long to get the materials that I want to use. So that is the reason that this episode is going to be as short as it is. It's materials. I mean, I'm just gathering things that I need. So, in conclusion for today's episode, let's do a quick... Oh, my tree finally grew back there. Oh, and of course it's a big one. Anyway, so... In conclusion, let's take a quick little fly around with shaders on to see how all of this is shaping up. Oh yeah, there's the type of shaders I'm using right now. Thanks to Iris. Oh yeah, everything's pretty. Let's take a little flight. We'll come up over here, and obviously you've seen all of this before through all the replay mods. Here is the castle. I've got a long way to go. I've got a lot of stuff to do, but we have the tower finished. Or at least it's looking pretty good. Let's come back out here. Alright, there we are. So we have 3 more towers to go. This one to finish. And you can probably see it needs to be a lot taller. But it is looking really good. I'm liking how it's turned out so far. Boop. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with our portal house yet. I was thinking about building another one, but I might kind of put like some ruins to make it look like there had been another one, but it had long fallen over. I did that a little bit around here. So there it is. It's very pretty. Got a guard dog to watch it. And again, interiors are pretty empty right now, so bear with me, guys. Hopefully we will get to building the interior and getting this all completed, and I will see you next week. Bye, everyone.